Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today we are cheating a little bit. You'll notice we are already in our vehicle heading down to Connecticut, and you might be like, why did we not start at home? Well, we're not starting at home because... Ooh, I gotta slow down. We're not doing it at home because we have 3 races to get into this EVLOG, and I already figured it was going to be long enough. So we're going to be going to Thompson for the very first time this year, not with the Willow Modified Tour. We are going to be there for the Open Modified Twisted T 50. Only going 50 laps there at Thompson. Should be a lot of fun. So we've got our wheel and car packed up in the back, as well as our SK. Our friend Ryan's going to be bringing our late model down. That'll be our second race. So our first race is here at Thompson, 50 laps with the Open Modifieds, and then that trailer just bounces. And then we'll be heading over to Stafford for our double header Friday night racing in the SK Modifieds and late models this week. So that's going to be a pretty awesome time as well. And then tomorrow, you guys will see the next E-Vlog, we are going to be heading out to Iowa with the NASCAR Xfinity Series, going 250 laps there. So we've got a lot of racing this week. We got a lot of racing next week. Next week, we have to get ourselves up to Loudon for a doubleheader up there with the Wheel and Modified Tour, as well as the Xfinity Series. And, of course, we'll be heading down here to Stafford for Street Stocks and SK Mods. So, a lot of racing coming at you guys in the next couple weeks. Going to Loudon myself in person next week. Very excited about it. Hope you guys are having a good day. I know that I am. We're back to working on the house, so that's awesome. Stressful, but awesome. I do apologize if there's a slight decline in audio quality. The microphone that I'm usually using, my AKG, I forgot to grab it from work. I had to bring it back into work to do a show and have not brought it back home yet. So I promise that I will. Sorry that audio may be a little meh, but we'll get through it. We can get through it together. I know it. But yeah, 3 races this weekend. Today it is Thursday. Did you just back up into me? Hello? Hello? What's going on? What is going on? What is going on? Okay, well, I'm gonna go because I don't know what that was all about. Hate that. Let's see, we're gonna get ourselves over here at Thompson. So, yeah. A lot of racing all around. What did we do last week? Honestly, I can't remember. I think we did Street Stock, and we did the SKs. I can't remember how I placed to the SKs, but I remember we finished 3rd in the Street Stock. So that's what I remember. All right, let's get ourselves parked here for our stand-in for Thompson. Of course, we don't have our giant feather light, so it's a little bit easier to actually get in here. Ooh, a little cockeye. That's okay. We don't usually bounce as much as when we usually come in here, so that's interesting. And stop. All right. Let's get on out. Let's get ourselves all set, and we get to head out for practice for the Open. All right, we are down here at Thompson, all ready to unload our very first car. We got the Open Modi here in the back, so that's our Wheel and Modified car, our backup. We'll be bringing our primary up for Loudon next week in the Featherlight and our Mac, but it should be a good time overall. But let us head out now for practice here for the Open Mods, and we'll see you guys afterwards. is time to get ready for our heat races. We're going to be in heat number 3. I can't remember exactly where we drove, but we were 14th in practice. We got ourselves up to, I think, 6th. So I'm feeling pretty good. We usually dominate Thompson, but it feels like it's handling a little bit different than it normally is. So we'll see how that goes. But overall, excited to be here for the Open. Excited to be at Thompson to switch it up. And yeah, we'll see you guys after our heat race. Our heat race is done here at Thompson. We won it. We were able to get our way to the front for 10 laps. The LCQ's next, and then it's time for us to grid. We're going to be starting P3 here with the modifieds, so that's super exciting, and hoping that we're going to be able to keep that. A lot of the Tour normals are here, the Tour regulars, I should say, are here with us, so it should be a pretty good time. 50 laps here at Thompson coming up next here for the Open Modifieds. We'll see you guys afterwards. Alrighty, everybody, back from our 50 laps here at Thompson. Green flag all the way. It was a good time. We finished second. Happy to have a podium finish. Feels very good. I think that we could have had a little bit more. If we had a couple more laps, even like 75 or 80, I feel like we could have caught the leader. We were closing, but I kept on having moments where I was kind of like tapping off the wall with the right Nerf bar, so unfortunately we were not able to catch them. But a runner-up second place finish is better than we've been at Stafford any of the Opens this year. Hey, Mike. And yeah, overall a good time. So that was a lot of fun to be able to do. We've loaded up the open car, put the SK next, and Ryan's waiting with our street stock. He'll bring it down tomorrow. It's late here at Thompson. We're just about to pull ourselves out, and we are going to head over to Stafford now. Let's get that started up. I can't remember. We're going to cheat a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I can get that trailer out. Maybe I can. Let's try. Headlights on for safety. We're one of the last people here anyways. It was a great day at Thompson. I just wish they had a more consistent schedule, like a weekly schedule. I would actually sign up for a division there to spread out the wealth at Thompson and Stafford. We are looking at the possibility of going to Oxford Plains for their street stock division, but that'll probably be next year. Let's get ourselves out, around, in, and around. Get ourselves out of here. We'll be back in about a month or so, I believe, with the Wheel Modified coming back for the Bud Shootout here at Thompson. But for now, we're going to pull out. We're going to head down to Stafford. We'll park in our normal spot, and we will get ourselves all ready for tomorrow. We'll just kind of get a hotel room. Cop. We'll get ourselves a hotel room for the night. Usually how we do these double headers if we can't sleep in the sleeper. You know, when we head up with our Featherlight, but that's, of course, down in North Carolina. It just wasn't worth bringing it all the way up here. Come on, turn green. Turn green. Green. I'm on green. There we go. One other thing that I forgot completely last week. So we had our SK Modifieds, and we had... words are hard, man. Oop. Click the wrong thing. We were in the Open as well, the Open 80. Man, that sucks. We had a header giveaway, and just everything blew apart. Coming out of turn 2. We struggled anyways, but we were making really good ground and making it count, and that just fell apart, unfortunately. So, you know, it happens, and you can't win them all, but, you know, still sucky. But let's get ourselves in here. Slow. They're allowing us to park the night before, which I appreciate that to everybody here at the Speedway letting us do that. We'll actually be here in a couple weeks with the SRX series that we've adopted. I'm very, very excited about that. I got to get focused a little bit more on that because I got a lot of stuff I got to prep to be able to do that. Up and in. Very nice. Right on by this grinder here. All right. Whoops. There's that. There's that. There's that. All right. We will see you guys tomorrow afternoon as we get ready to hit the Speedway here at Stafford. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Here we are at Stafford for race number 2 of the weekend. Race 2 of 4. Well, 2 and 3 of 4. We are going to be running our late models. Ryan's just getting himself in. He's going to get himself unpacked as well. He's got our late model, and we have our SK inside. I always love doing the double header racing, but it does get a little tricky just trying to get in the mind space of both cars and trying to make sure that we have a consistent run. Now, last time we were here in the late models, we were actually able to pull off a victory, our first one in that division, and I think that we've got a really strong presence in the late models. I really thought it was going to be a little bit more challenging. But again, we're in the top tier and we're going down. We're slipping a little bit in the SKs, but we'll see how we're able to recover with that. But for now, we are going to head out for practice here at Stafford with the late models. We'll see you guys right after. All right, just getting off track now here with the late models. We are in the top 10 for speed. Felt pretty good. Actually, it felt a little bit grippier to the track than normal. So we'll be doing 30 laps, 40? 30 laps. 30 laps with them a little bit later. But it's time for us to head out on track now for practice with the SK Modifieds. And I'm really excited about that as well. We've been doing pretty consistent this year. I'm hoping that we're able to keep it together as we're running in the top division here at Stafford. We'll see you guys right after practice. All right, we are back from practice with the SKs. We were 12th, which is not bad because there's like 40 of us out there. But I expect us to be doing better, so that kind of sucks. We're going to be, because of the handicap system again, we are going to be a little bit further back in our heat race. I believe we're in the second heat race. So that should be a good time. But it's time for us to head out right now for our heat race for the late models, starting pretty close to the front. And we'll see how that all comes together. And we'll see you when we get back from the track. All right, back from our heat race with the late models. I do need to explain a little bit about what just transcribed on the racetrack. We started this race, okay, this heat race, and everybody got clustered up in turn 2. We had cars going up high. We had cars kind of going all over the place. We were not in it. Then all of a sudden, the guy in front of us, I swear to God, he slammed on his brakes. He ended up on top of our hood, and I couldn't get him off. I could not wiggle his car off. He was deadlocked on the brakes. Finally got him off, and it brought out, the caution with everything that was just together. But I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that was not my fault. I usually try to take ownership if I'm doing something that's a little shady or anything. But I have no idea what happened in that turn to cause all of that calamity. We're going to try to get the car back together as best as we possibly can for the heat. Going to be starting mid-pack for that. But 30 laps, a lot can happen. We're going to head out now for our heat with the SK Modifieds, hoping to do well. We'll see you guys right afterwards. We are back from our heat with the SK Modifieds, feeling rather good about that. No caution. We didn't bring out the caution. So I'm feeling excellent with that. Really happy with that. Always good if we can keep it going in the right direction. But it was a solid run. I think we finished third or fourth. So not a bad spot to start here with the SKs. And just hoping to be able to build off that. We've been having some rough time with the SK Modifieds. I've turned up the difficulty so high that it's actually a challenge, so it's been a lot of fun. But it's time for us to hit the track for our main event here with the late models here at Stafford. 30 laps. Let's get to it. We'll see you guys afterwards. right, we are back from our first event of the evening in the late models. We were able to win. Yay! So I also need to talk about this event. I feel like I always have to sit and talk and explain. Okay, started. It went well. The caution actually came out. We were running down the leader, and the caution came out after the car had made contact in the outside wall and came to a stop. And it was one of those things of like, okay, it is time for us to kind of get going again. As we got going once again, we're battling for the lead, and I did give a little bump to the leader, who very drastically overcorrected, allowing us to get by and ultimately get the victory. I don't like people relying on that. A little bit of rough racing, a little bit of tough racing, I'm okay with that. But if you're always going to win just by taking somebody out, not a fan. So I do want to just stress, not something that I'd normally do. Felt like it was a racing moment. Felt like I gave him enough chance to kind of give us a leeway to the faster car. But you're racing. Every single spot counts. Layla, please stop making a mess over there. But overall, a victory, getting into victory lane, that's an awesome way to start here at Stafford. So we have a second yesterday, a first today, and now we're going to head out for the SK Modifieds for our 40-lap feature, starting mid-pack towards the front, actually. So maybe we could pull off top 5. Let's see how we do. Hey everybody, so that was not what I was hoping. Let's explain a little bit. We had a great race going, a great run going for ourselves. I can't even remember who it was. It's a blue car, light blue car. I should know everybody's names, but I just can't remember. We were battling this whole entire time, and we had another one of those moments where somebody was where they shouldn't have been. Now, this happened before in the late model series. It's happened before in the SKs, very blatantly. somebody not paying attention, going in when they shouldn't have, and took us out. So what ended up happening was that they took us out in turn 3, and it was aggravating, and it got me upset. And I was like, so we got spun around. The race control found that it was not our fault for this, so they awarded us our position back behind the person that took us out. As we're going, and we got back down into turn 3. I wanted to give them a little reminder of how unhappy I was. Little did I know when I made contact with that, I got contact from behind, spinning us out, breaking the right front control arm of the car just from its bouncing around, and that actually ended our day. So that's our DNF here for the SK mods. So a little disappointing to have a second, a first, and a DNF for our short track season. Our weekend here for short track racing. But we got to try to keep our head high and ourselves focused, because tomorrow we are heading off to Iowa for 250 laps. So not bad, but that's going to do it for this e-vlog, and we'll see you guys in the next one. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for the support that you've been giving this series. I've been having so much fun making it. And here's the next one.